it's not just that Eva Braun had no interest in politics, it's also that the fact that there were women there, in the Nazi view, meant that politics was really rather a banned subject. Women were not supposed to be interested in politics or take part in them.
But if politics were banned, there were plenty of personal rivalries and dislikes in Hitler's court. Hitler didn't like Hermann Goering, who he seems to have regarded as a buffoon. Goering, in turn, did not like Eva Braun, and therefore never appears in the films.
We never see Goering, with whom there was a certain antipathy as far as the private life was concerned.
Hitler, whose political power was based on aggression, hatred and mass murder, was able to hold people close to him in his thrall, to make them like him. Those who knew him intimately talked about him as persuasive, charming, a magnetic personality. Rebuilding the soundtrack to Hitler's home movies will give us a first-hand glimpse into that personality. A remarkable new technology, ALR, or automated lip reading, is a way of finding out what people are saying if you can see them but can't hear them.
Speech is made up of a series of sounds. In British English there are about 44 of them. And the idea behind speech recognition really is to try and identify the sounds of speech by seeing some sort of pattern which identifies that particular sound. Automatic lip reading is just a variant on that in a way, that you're going to try and use the features of a speaker's face, probably his lips and mouth movements, to try and see if you can identify some sort of feature that is linked to a speech sound.
Frank Hubner is profoundly deaf, and as a consequence mute. But he has used his exceptional lip-reading skills to become an expert in speech recognition. At his studio in Germany, he combines this new technology with his skill as one of the world's leading lip readers to analyze the silent Birkhoff footage of Hitler.
The whole range of body and facial movements are important. A lip reader can see things that a computer can't. Computers can enhance recorded footage of a person and allow you to detect more than the human eye alone.
The Birkhoff films, short clips edited together, some barely revealing the mouth, are impossible to lip read by eye alone. Hubner claims his system will overcome this problem.
The system's accuracy depends on how clearly a person speaks. Lip reading from the front is easiest because the mouth is clearly visible. Lip reading from the side presents bigger problems. Human lip readers can still operate at angles of 50 degrees, but with the aid of the computer, this rises to 160 degrees.
One of the world's leading experts on Hitler is Professor Richard Evans of Cambridge University. He wants to know how well Dr. Hubner's ALR system works before he sees what it can do to the Birkhoff home movies. So Professor Evans is filmed with a camera similar to the one used by Eva Braun, from the side as well as the front. No sound is recorded. He speaks in German, and the words are noted down and kept secret from Dr. Hubner and his team.
Diese neue Technologie soll besser funktionieren als das traditionelle Lippenlesen. Mal sehen. Ich bin an das Ergebnis dieses Experiments sehr interessiert.
With the test footage completed, the system has to prove itself. Dr. Hubner loads a film clip into his computer, and the software isolates the area around the mouth. It tracks every movement of the lips, frame by frame. The computer stores all the different shapes and the tiny movements the mouth makes in a particular sentence. Having captured all the lip movements, the system can then associate the mouth shapes with particular sounds. It creates an animated head that mimics the shape the mouth makes. Each shape represents a sound, and the computer has a library of over 30,000 words that it can pronounce. So the computer finds the words to match the mouth shapes on the animated head, plays the sound back, and the end result comes out as recognizable speech. If the system works, it will give voice to conversations that have remained silent for over 60 years.
Happy holidays, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. What's that, a little present there for old PC?
There you go, buddy.
Hey, please be a C++ GUI programming guide. Oh, it's a book of photos.
Photos of us. You see, like all the good times we had this year.
Well, it looks like a lot of work anyway, thanks.
Actually, no, it was really easy. Just a few clicks on iPhoto.
Well, here's something I got for you.
Oh, a C++ GUI programming guide. Thanks.
Yeah, I've been eyeing that myself.
Speech recognition expert Frank Hubner has taken the silent test footage of historian Professor Richard Evans and subjected it to the revolutionary new automatic lip-reading system. Evans listens to the results.
Diese neuen Technologien sollen besser funktionieren als das traditionelle Lesen. Mal sehen, ich bin an dem Ergebnis des sehr gespannt.
They are remarkable.
Nehmen Sie mich jetzt nicht auf.
And that's extraordinary because it's from the side. It's not actually from the front at all. I'm amazed it can do
Diese
that.
neuen Technologien sollen besser funktionieren. Diese neuen Technologien sollen besser funktionieren als das traditionelle Lesen. Mal sehen, ich bin.
Well, it's got me
Mal
anyway.
sehen, ich bin an dem Ergebnis des sehr gespannt. Diese neuen Technologien sollen besser funktionieren als das traditionelle Lesen.
Better German accent than
Nehmen
mine.
Sie einen alten Mann auf.
The automated lip-reading technology has managed to pick up his words even when Evans was sideways to the camera.
It's quite extraordinary. Well, the impressive thing is, of course, that it manages to capture the words even from the side angle, which I think is probably rather difficult for normal human lip readers to do. Somehow manages to get them.
Convinced by the system, Evans is keen to see it apply to the Hitler archive.
Nehmen Sie mich jetzt nicht auf.
Sometimes the words are truncated because the face moves to a position where it clearly can't get half a word, but you can still get that, what the word is from the context.
Es war ein fantastisches Kino Star CK, ausgezeichnete Fotoaufnahmen. Wie wurde es genannt? Ja, genau so.
The sentences are all complete enough so that even if a word is only half there or even missing, you can pretty well judge from the context what it is. Just like a piece of handwriting, if you can't read one word, you can usually figure it out from the context, from the rest of the sentence. I think this is very impressive.
Guten Tag, meine verehrten Damen.
The next problem is to convert the computerized words into something close to Hitler's actual speaking voice. Sir Robert Rietti is a world-renowned voice director. He has a lifetime of experience in dubbing, adding voices to cinema footage.
Too many people, if they're not experienced in dubbing, bring too much of their own interpretation into things, and very often it doesn't seem to be genuine, doesn't seem to come out of those lips. You really have to observe, 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 and match that as closely as you can.
If Rietti is to get as close to Hitler's actual speaking voice as possible, he needs a recording of Hitler in private conversation. However, no such recording was thought to exist until a remarkable discovery was made in Norway. On June the 4th, 1942, Hitler paid an unexpected visit to Finland to congratulate his ally, Marshal Carl Gustaf Mannerheim, on his 75th birthday. After the official speeches were recorded, the two leaders continued their conversations in the dining car of the Marshal's train.
The Finnish Broadcast Corporation, for reasons which I really can't fathom, they must have been taking an extraordinary risk, decided to bug the Führer. And so they, imagine in those days, they didn't have really actually tiny microphones.